Some of you already asked, what about the Asus ZenFone 2? And today it arrived, here it is, proud to present, this is it. Yeah, and especially the price is interesting, of course. At least in my country, Germany, Europe, its recommended retail price 379 euros. Street price is around about 350, including tax, without any contract. So at least for my country, this is kind of cheap, especially for a phone with 5.5-inch display. Especially IPS dual domain, especially full HD resolution. So meaning you have a high viewing angle stability. It's hard to get it here without any reflections in the studio, of course. I hope you believe me, this is high quality from the viewing angle, and especially 400 ppi, a little bit more. So it's quite sharp, especially for that price. This is top. Before we come to the Zen UI and the user interface and everything, I want to show you a little bit more about the hardware, because let me start on the back side and try at least to open this one, because this is the only real big problem I have with this device. You might have already seen I already ruined it here, because it's so hard to open without any, without any things. So if you have to do this very often, leave this phone alone, or maybe just this one, I don't know, never seen anything like that. I already thought, is this really movable here on the back side? So this is the only thing, but you see, much more is positive. First of all, you have dual SIM. You have a micro SD slot, officially up to 64 gigabyte. In most cases, you can even use 128 gigs, but that's no guarantee. Internal memory, by the way, it's 32 gigs. From that, net left 23.4 gigabyte. That's the value you should calculate with, 23.4 gigabyte. And you also see battery is fixed, built in. You cannot remove it in seconds. So, by the way, it's a lithium polymer, 3000 milliamps. So, meaning a little bit more than the Huawei Mate S. You know, this is 5.5-inch 2. Or other 5.5 inches is OnePlus 2, or Motorola Moto X Play, for example. They have up to 3630 milliamps. With that, the Moto X Play is now a record holder at the moment. So I guess battery runtime will be a little bit better than the Mate S, but not that good like on the Moto X Play, a little bit above the average, I guess, especially because if you compare display size and the capacity of the battery, that's 12% above the average. So that will be my guess for the battery runtime. But of course, without any guarantee, we have to wait for the test, of course. But this takes time. I wanted to present you this device as soon as possible. Yeah, coming to the features, as I told you, you have already seen an Intel processor, to be precise, the Z3580, meaning you have quad-core, 4 cores only, but first 2.3 gigahertz, that's kind of high, and especially 4 gigabyte of RAM, that's huge, and especially for this price class, price range top. So I just tried out Antutu just to have just a short impression, and with Antutu I got around about 48,000 points. That's 70% above the average. So meaning it maybe there are benchmarks where it's better or where it's worse, but just to get a small guess, around about 70% above the average. That's kind of good, especially again for this price class. Camera, 13 megapixels, dual toned flash, as you see here, videos in full HD. This, of course, is the volume whip like on LG. And on the front side, 5 megapixels. And of course, all you want to have, it's 4G, dual cell HSPA, Wi-Fi AC, and NFC, of course. But two things you really should know. First of all, it's just Android 5.0, no 5.1, not to mention 6.0 or something like that. And the second thing is it's just Bluetooth 4.0. meaning you have Bluetooth low energy, but especially on the steps from 4.0 to 4.1 and Bluetooth 4.2, this was big steps for Bluetooth low energy, new more data speed, of course, less power consumption, new features in the Bluetooth profile. So if you have a lot of, let's say, wearables like smartwatches, or if pulse measurement and everything like that, then it might be a problem because it's not compatible or not totally compatible with Bluetooth 4.0. So be careful or be aware of these two things. And now let's come to Zen UI. First of all, this is no special feature of Zen UI, but I really love it. Tap to wake, of course, especially on devices like this one, where the on-off standby button is up here because you cannot reach it, or almost it's hard to reach just with one hand to climb up here. So you do not need that anymore. It's way easier, just a double tap on the touch screen. So this is just by the way, coming to Zen UI. You already have seen the shortcuts, of course, or the settings here. So you have tons of possibilities to make this device your own. Just wanted to show you a few. For example, here in the app launcher. This is like out of the box. It's sampled like this one here in these folders automatically because of the smart group feature. So meaning even if you download new apps, they got installed and automatically sorted into settings or personality. This is German because I started this device on German, so the names of these groups have been in German, but you can imagine what it means: media, music, audio, personalizing, so productivity. That's not easy to guess and not hard to guess. And especially I wanted to show these things here under preferences, as you have here. I guess you can spend a week or something just to individualize all things like, for example, here icon pack designs or the colors, and especially fonts and font sizes. So you can really configure everything you want to. And just one thing I want to show here from the layout, because this is the regular layout 2-layer mode we just use here, and this is 1-layer mode. Let me show what this means. You might know this, for example, from Huawei. So you see here, you do not have any app launcher icon here. All apps are now exclusively here on the home screens, so you do not have this double apps anymore. One time on the home screens, one time in the app launcher, just once. In case you do not want this, just a swipe, preferences, and you're getting again here exactly in the very same settings. Go to 2-layer mode, apply, and have changed again back. And especially you have exactly the same things here on the screen in exactly the same way. It was a little bit quickly maybe, so let me show again. Here you have all these settings again, like themes or scrolling effects. Like this one here. It doesn't help you in being quicker or having more comfort, but just in making fun, and this is a benefit too, in my opinion. So it's really huge what you get for your money here on this Asus ZenFone 2 with these Zen UI. Yeah, and I hope I could help you a little bit for a first impression here on this new interesting phone. Thanks for watching, take care, and bye.